With a growing population, we need more food. And more food means less nature, right? But does it? Surprisingly, there's one country who actually managed to produce more food, but also more nature at the same time. And this country is Costa Rica. To find out how, we need to go back to the 1980s. Costa Rica for decades had incentivized deforestation and cattle ranching. So if you go back to 1900, Costa Rica was like 100% tropical forest. In 1980, barely 27% of that was left. Costa Rica was the #1 deforester in the world. Then these guys came into office. This is President Oscar Arias, later Nobel Prize winner, and there's Álvaro Umaña. He is one of the most special people I've ever met. I'll let him introduce himself.
My name is Álvaro Umaña, and I was Costa Rica's first Minister of Energy and Environment in 1986 with President Oscar Arias.
These two guys turned the whole country around. They were looking at each other and said, well, let's see where we can do what best. So they were looking, what are our best agricultural soils? And they found out approximately 15 to 20% of their soils are very much good for agriculture. And the other soils, they have forest potential. They are very good at maintaining nature, but not for agriculture. But there was agriculture there. There was ranching, there were cows. They were producing meat, but only a tiny little bit. So Álvaro Umaña came up with an idea. He thought, what if we pay farmers if they change their farm into nature? What if you pay farmers if they produce scenic beauty or biodiversity, or pay them for storing carbon or producing oxygen? And this is where the PES system was born. PES stands for Payment for Ecosystem Services. So what happened was that farmers on not so good soils, on marginal soils, they actually said, well, hey, this PES money, it's easy money. I can actually better make my farm into nature than keep farming. And farmers on very fertile soil says, well, my pineapples or my bananas, they earn me very much more. I'm not going into this PES system. So this way, Álvaro Umaña created very elegantly and very organically a land sparing policy. So this is what Costa Rica looks like now. It managed to double its forest cover from 27% in the 80s to 55% now. And still, they are market leader in very many tropical fruits like the pineapple and the banana. So where does the money for the PES system come from? Fuel. Costa Rica has imposed a 3.5% tax on fuel. And the money from this tax goes directly to the farmers every year if they keep their farms nature. Can you believe that only a 3.5% tax was enough to make Costa Rica in one of the most beautiful countries in the world? This policy is what Europe needs too. This is what we need. More forest, more food. Let's go!